Hey guys, it's Chuck Coasters, and today I will be ranking all of the coasters at Six Flags New England. Now, this park currently has 12 coasters, and some of them are great, and they also have some of the country's worst coasters. Anyways, today I will be reviewing them all. These are partially my faults, but I also am kind of accounting for other enthusiasts and partially the GP. So let's start. Now, number 12, we have the Great Chase. This is just a standard kiddie coaster. It doesn't really do much. The biggest downer is actually they used to run it around the cycle 3 times, and when I last rode it, they only did it once. So I don't know if they just forgot or if they, switched it around to make the ops go faster. But, it's a short ride, and if they're just going around once, it's kind of sad. Yeah, it's good for the kids, but, it's kind of mediocre. So that's really all I can say. The next coaster is Goliath, and I know you're thinking, why is this so high in the list? It deserves to be. This was a relocated Vekoma suspended looping coaster, or suspended boomerang, and this is by far probably the roughest or second roughest ride in the park roller coaster. First of all, it's closed more than half the time due to maintenance issues, and these trains with the rattle and all that, with the headbanging, it is just brutal. It went from actually kind of a pretty good ride to this. So, and I know Six Flags it's kind of really sad because this could have been so much better, and it just kind of failed. So, anyways, at number 10 we have Flashback. This is the standard Vekoma boomerang. The only reason I have this higher on the list is because it's not closed half the time. Granted, there's never a long line for this. Normally you can just station wait. The operations are slow. This is one of the rougher boomerangs out there, so it's not it's just a standard boomerang. But the plot of land and the Goliath land would be good for a new coaster. And plus, it's right next to Goliath, so that just makes it look more sad. And number 9, we have Catwoman's Whip, sorry. So basically, this is a fun ride. This is actually a really good family coaster. I was contemplating on where this would go on the list. I was kind of switching it back and forth with number 8. But I decided to put it here just because it's a little tamer. But this is a fun ride nonetheless. It's actually a very good family coaster. The train is long. They're pretty quick with the operations. I think I did get a pop of air even on this. Not anything serious, but So this is actually a really good family coaster. It could definitely use some new paint, as well as a few a little more theming throughout the ride. But other than that, it's pretty good. So number 8 is Gotham City Gauntlet: Escape from Arkham Asylum. I originally had Catwoman's Whip in number 8, but I decided this is a better ride. Just for a few reasons. First of all, this is a little more intense. You got the bank turns and stuff. This was relocated from Kentucky Kingdom, and it fits well at the park. It often has a decent line. And it's actually kind of pretty. It has some theming throughout the ride, kind of on the sides of the tracks. You got a few tons, in that main drop you dip through a tunnel. So it is pretty good, theming wise. It's just a wild mouse. It is actually kind of smooth. So if you're at the park with kids, I definitely recommend. This is a good kiddie coaster, family coaster, as well. Now number 7 we have Joker, and Joker, it's this is a 40 free spin coaster. There isn't really much I can say about this. There's never really a line for this, but they are good coasters. They're closed a lot. That's why it's kind of higher on the list. But no, it looks well in the park. It fits well. in the park. Yeah, I mean, they're clones and everything, but they are good. Like, people still like it, so. And it is, like, a more intense ride for the park, so that is also good. Coming in at number 6, we have Pandemonium. So this is the last family coaster on the list, and I know it's kind of high for a family coaster. First of all, I'm going to say this is actually a very fun ride. Every time I go to the park, I ride it, and I always have fun. I mean, the spinning element, you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to spin less, sometimes you're going to spin more, which I think really impacts the ride. Now, the biggest issue is the capacity. I mean, they can only fit 4 riders per train. And with those lines, I mean, it is brutal sometimes. But, no, overall, it's a fun coaster. Now, the reason this is now, it is a clone, so that kind of puts it a little, higher than number 5. But, it also has that different color scheme than the other Pandemoniums, too. And it's not themed to Twix or Tony Hawk. So, yay! So, coming in at number 5 is Thunderbolt. So I have mixed feelings about this coaster. And, I mean, yeah, I think that it's a fun ride, but I think it's very rough. And many would agree with me on that. I think, actually, this would be a good small RMC. I mean, the park already has one. And, I mean, they do need a modern wooden coaster, but this is a classical coaster, so it's going to be staying around for at least a few years. But definitely needs some retracking. It's a fun layout. Got some airtime. It is very shaky, though. And even, the farther back you go, the rougher the ride you get. Sure, you get the more airtime, but it's still very rough in the back. So, I mean, I kind of try to avoid this coaster. It's fun, but, I wouldn't. This is kind of more of a one and done coaster. But it does have some of the frills, too. Now, coming in at number 4 is an SLC. This is the Riddler Revenge, not the Riddler's Revenge, the Riddler Revenge. I kind of have. Now, this is a standard SLC, so I know you're like, oh my gosh. But you gotta understand, this painting is brand new. It was, in 2018 to fit with the DC theme. And it does really well. It's actually kind of pretty. I mean, yeah, sure, green and yellow. But, it does look good. I would recommend it, maybe something else, but, a different theme. But, whatever. And, sorry. I mean, this is a fun ride. With the new restraints, it makes it more smooth. So, there's no headbanging. Yeah, there's still roughness, but it's not as bad. This is a really good thrill coaster for the park. Number 3, I'm saying Batman the Dark Knight coaster. This is a B&M Florida's coaster. And honestly, I had fun on it, but I mean, the headbanging on it is kind of brutal. So just be prepared for that. But other than that, it's a fun ride. It has a shorter layout, but it has a great first 3 inversions, and then it has the fun 2 corkscrews at the end. Packs in a few other elements as well. I mean, yeah, it's not my favorite coaster in the park, but I mean, I like some coasters more than this, but generally speaking, it's pretty high in most people's lists. So, yeah, that's at number 3. Now, I'm just saying, for number 2, this is more my personal opinion. This is more of the coaster enthusiast pick. If you're someone who's not really into it, this will probably be your favorite. If you aren't really into coasters, but riding them, this will probably be your favorite at the park. But number 2 will be Superman the Ride. I love this ride, but it's got its issues. I mean, this was ranked the world's best steel coaster for 5 times by the Golden Ticket Awards, and it is a fun ride. I mean, I think this is one of Intamin's best hypers. I mean, you got this amazing drop with a great airtime hill right after it, and then you got a few good airtime hills after that. You got that mist element, and then you kind of got that second half with helixes and stuff. So I like how they did this, because the first half is more about airtime, and the second half is more about tight, compact elements. And compared to the 2 other Superman clones, which are kind of just like laid out and they have like a few helixes and straight track. So I think they did a great job on this, but I will say the lap bars on this are awful. I mean, they're bulky, they're strong, they are the most painful. They are very painful. But other than that, it's a great ride. I mean, yeah. So what's better than this? Wicked Cyclone. I know many would kind of disagree with me on this, but most coaster enthusiasts would agree that this is number one, and I think it's better than Superman personally. Wicked Cyclone, it is originally Cyclone, but they RMC'd it because why not? And now it is a roller class attraction. Wicked Cyclone, it is so much fun. From that first drop to, from that first drop to the inversion, that double downhill, and then, that second loop is great. Sure, the third circuit is a little slow. But, that final inversion is good. And, this is a really fun ride. Tight, compact, it feels fast. It just works really well. And, they added theming to it. So, yeah, I think this is the best ride in the park. So, thanks for watching. I know this... So, overall, this park has a great collection of roller coasters. They definitely need a launch coaster, and they need a new wooden coaster. Focus on, no park, focus on BM coasters later, like dive coasters and all that. Because the park will probably get one within the next 40 years. But, I think this park has a great collection of rides. Overall, none of them are perfect. But, Superman and Wicked Cyclone is probably the best top 2 at a theme park. Unless if you say Steel Vengeance and Maverick, I can't think of anything else. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe. I will, be doing similar videos like this with some other things. Probably my 2021 predictions for the chain. I will be doing a I will be doing a discussion why Gravescape needs a new coaster in the future. So, be looking out for some content more soon, and hopefully if the theme parks do open soon, I'll get some more ride reviews with some park footage, and do some vlogs and all that. So, thanks for watching. Peace.